Hello, Peanut Butter Jelly Time owners and the rest of the world. Welcome to the first Facebook Love 'em, Hate 'em. This is something I did last year for my fantasy football league, but now you know what? I'm going to put it on Facebook, let everybody see this. These are some things that I love and I hate. Most of it has to do with football, but some of it has to do with other things in life. So let's get started with the good stuff. Love football. You know what? I went out for a little while, ran some errands. I love football. Apparently, so does everybody else. I saw workers. I saw women. I saw children. I saw dudes all rocking the NFL gear. It was crazy. It was awesome is what it was. You don't see that with baseball, football, hockey, soccer. It was an unreal day to be out on the road, going around and seeing this. It was tremendous. Another thing I love, Nathan Zegura. Who's Nathan Zegura, you should ask? Well, I'll tell you who Nathan Zegura is. Nathan Zegura is a guy who I came across last year on Sirius FM Fantasy Sports Radio. Nathan was lost on the weekends. I said, you know what? This guy's pretty good. He knows his stuff. I like him. What has happened to Nathan in the last year? Nathan has been promoted to the afternoon drive on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio, and he's doing columns and web shows for CBSSports.com. This is a guy who loved fantasy sports. His wife said, you know what? Your buddies are all calling you, asking you what to do. She said, why don't you start your own business? He did. TheFantasyConsultant.com. Now he is on the web. He's on TV. He's all over the place. Congratulations, Nathan. Love Fat Tire. I told you it's not all going to be about football. Fat Tire. This is a beer that's brewed in Fort Collins, Colorado. I came across this several years ago when Marissa and I worked on a travel assignment out in Casper, Wyoming. This is beer brewed in Fort Collins, like I said, is tremendous. Available widely west of the Mississippi. Not so much on the East Coast. It's working its way in. Finally, Fat Tire available in your local bars and restaurants. However, only available in the 22-ounce variety. So, I advise you, grab it. If you get a chance, try it out. It's awesome. If you like Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite, don't even bother. You're not going to like it. If you like real beer, give it a shot. And then hopefully we'll see it in 12-packs, 6-packs, and at your favorite bars, tap. Let's see what else we got. All right, you know what? Where we got our 3 in. I love Brady. Let's get back to the football. I love Brady. Nearly 1,000 passing yards in 2 weeks. 88 points in 2 weeks in standard scoring. Let's talk about some other football players that we love. These are football players who were drafted late, maybe still available on your waiver wire in 10-team leagues. Fred Jackson, 27 points today. Darren Sproles, 11, 18 points in 2 weeks. Really picking up with Colston being out and some other injuries on that New Orleans team. Santana Moss, 12 points. Sexy Rexy, maybe he wasn't so far off when he said he was going to win the division. Washington, 2-0. Steve Smith. Steve Smith has gone over 50 points in the last 2 weeks. I'm not sure he scored 50 points all of last season combined. Deion Branch, 14 points. And Devery Henderson, again, taking advantage of the injuries. And New Orleans with 18 points. Okay, let's switch gears here. Things I hate. I hate the fact that Jamal Charles got hurt. Looks like he's out for the season. Guess now Todd Haley has an excuse not to play Jamal Charles. To add insult to injury, Kansas City loses 48-3 today. That means that they have lost 89-10 over the last 2 weeks. So, in the future, anyone you got who's playing against the Chiefs, start them. Start anyone playing against the Chiefs. They stink. Bench anyone who is with the Chiefs. They stink. I'm sorry, Dwayne Bowe. It's not going to be your year. Matt Castle was never that good to begin with. So, that's the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate the Colts this year. I mean, I really am not stretching it that far. Peyton Manning's out. I really thought that Kerry Collins, who is like top 15 passing yards of all time, check it out, thought he could come in there, step in, do something. He can't. They lost again, and I'll tell you what, they continue this way. Collins could be gone, and who knows? David Garrard, are you available? Anything could happen in Indy. I hate all the Charger talk every year. The best team, da 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 da, this, that, the other thing. Seriously, they're not that good. Phillip Rivers, awesome. Antonio Gates, awesome. Vincent Jackson, probably overrated. Matthews and Tolbert, if they were combined, might be a good guy, but they're not really that good. I know. I got my Patriots hat on. I know. Patriots haven't won a playoff game since, I don't even know what, 2007, 2004, who knows what it is. I don't think that the Chargers have done any better. So, come on. Off the Charger bandwagon. Hate celebrations. I saw this more last week than I did this week. However, I hate the celebrations after every tackle, after every 1 yard gain. Act like you've been there, guys. Don't act like it's a Chad Ochocinco tweet. Let's run down some players that I hate. Braylon Edwards, 4 points in 2 weeks. Braylon, not good. Mike Williams, 11 points last week, 0 points this week. Felix Jones, 2 points. Plax, 0 this week. Probably a little overrated there. Anquan Bolden, nice week last week, 4 points this week. We got to really find out what's going on with those Ravens. Ingram. This is a guy who was drafted probably in the first 4 rounds. Everyone had really high hopes for him. He has scored 7 points in 2 weeks for the Saints. And the Saints have put up massive points. So, real problem with Ingram. Got to keep an eye on that. And last but not least, my guy, Foster. 3 points this week. Pulled out of the game with that hammy. Got to keep an eye on him. Not very good there. All right, so that wraps it up. This is the end of week 2. We got the Atlanta-Philly game on. Atlanta up 7-0. I like that. Look for this next week and in all the coming weeks here on Facebook, as well as my boys know how to find it on the Peanut Butter Jelly Time webpage. And I will catch you next week.